The Fermi Paradox is not just an interesting paradox that makes you question whether the Sol system is just an intergalactic zoo, it's also a cool indie game experience. Despite not being a finished product, I've thoroughly enjoyed the game, though calling it a game is somewhat a strange statement, as it's more of a simulation that you can interact with than an actual game. You play the role of an intergalactic gardener yearning to seed the cosmos with sapience, which means the game designers know a lot more about science fiction than all those hacks who throw the word sentient around like cinema hot dogs at a lager party. Time runs relentlessly in the background as you click on flares to increase your resource pool known as synergy. Eventually somewhere sapient life will grow and you get to choose the dominant species that will end up forming civilizations that need to be micromanaged somewhat for success. Clicking on flares can have a positive or negative reaction, so it's important to be very careful when cultivating a species, because one or two bad clicks can drive a species to total extinction if you're not paying attention. Building synergy will usually enable you to avoid negative impacts at the cost of synergy, or to increase their negative effects for additional synergy. As the intergalactic gardener, those species' existence is in your hands, and if one of your species is a weed, it might need to be pruned. While species choices seem somewhat limited at this point and seem to be based on the star system of origin, this is a small indie game, and despite this you can get a lot of enjoyment out of the Fermi Paradox, and it feels like the team is much larger than they are. When spawning a species, you can choose to spend or gain synergy to make a great or awful species, or just go with the safe all-rounder option to get something useless and easily discarded like humanity. Oddly, the thing I liked most about the game was the colour palette. Everything looks soothingly beautiful, and the artwork reminded me a lot of Out of This World for some reason. The colours are relaxing and you can just sink many hours into cultivating and destroying races for your own enjoyment, though I still can't get anything to spawn at Frogstar, which is annoying to me. Sometimes racers send transport ships to other worlds to colonise, make contact with or eradicate sapient occupants. These worlds will then grow their own subspecies that may well have it in for the original species, so you have to be careful with space programs. Sometimes it's better that an Ark fleet doesn't make it to their destination. Occasionally some species will also send out signals to see if there's other intelligent life out there among the stars. The Fermi Paradox is a fun game that I very much enjoyed, but I know not everyone will feel the same way. I may be being a little too generous with giving it a solid 7 out of 10, it's both an indie game and it's unfinished currently. I cannot wait until it's complete because it's already a great experience playing it. I will say that this is likely to go either to a 6 or an 8 based on updates on how they impact the game. I'll probably do another review when the game is properly finished, and I for one am looking forward to it. Have a lovely day. Bye!